are getting shared. What's in it's people on my email. Share. Hi everyone. Let me check. Joined in. Hi everyone. Okay, live chat. Okay, we start in 3 minutes. Okay, waiting for people to join in. Okay, if you can hear me and you can see me, just comment in the chat section, the comment section, so that I know that you're seeing me and you can hear me clearly, so that we could just begin. Good evening, Mercy. Okay, you can see me and hear me clearly. Oh, what's my? Oh, okay. That's beautiful. So, welcome to day one to begin now, and I would start sharing my screen. So, this challenge is for me to train you and show you all the things that I did and how I used artificial intelligence AI, ChatGPT to replace 1,000 views to 6,000. And so today, let me start sharing my screen. Mercy, Chidima, can you see my screen? Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, I'm no longer getting any feedback. Can you see my screen? I just want to be sure so that I don't just start talking to myself. Any consistently is people to figure out artificial intelligence. This week and sometime 2 weeks ago, I asked all of you. I chatted you up, asking you the questions that the challenges that you're facing in terms of, and then some persons say that, oh, that they don't know how to get content ideas. Some persons say that they are not having sales. Some persons say that they are attracting the wrong type of audience. So in summary, they all agree that their content. Oh, I can see your responses now. Sorry. They all they all agree that their content was not working. And the essence of today's class is to tell you that your content deserves up regularly online, just like I was, putting your ideas together, posting them for your audience, anywhere you're going to, you're talking about it, and your results, you're not getting the results that you want. It's not achieving your goals or or generating revenue. The solution is not for you to post more. The solution is not for you to follow trends or use any new AI to or be more patient. Time does not necessarily the quality of the results you get, right? Time does not increase the quality of the results you get. So the problem that you're facing is actually a problem or is a strategy problem. And before we deal with that, I want us to have this mindset, not just for today, but anytime content. I want you to have the broadcaster mindset. And that is that you're the PR manager of your own brand. As a person, you are not just somebody's employee, or you're not just a student, you're not just a business owner, you are a company. You see the same way BBC, how they are very, very careful about the things they put outside, about the things they publish. Their reporters confirm all the details, confirm all the facts before they put out anything outside. That's how you should also see yourself. You see yourself as a PR manager or a news or a BBC broadcaster, because every piece of content is essentially something that teaches people how to think about your business, how to think about your brand, or how to think about what you're doing. So I started also, I define content as a piece of packaged information about a brand or a person created for another person. Now, I use the word package because information can be anything, right? Information can be anything, but what makes content that converts is the fact that that information is properly packaged. And packaging is not just about editing or fixing grammar mistakes, but package is packaged in the sense that it is targeted at solving a particular problem. For instance, if you buy a biscuit or any kind of item, maybe I think there's this Coke, Diet Coke. I think Diet Coke, yes, Diet Coke. So when you buy Diet Coke, there is usually this label on it that says, oh, that the calorie in this particular type of Coke is not as much as normal Coke. That information is packaged to make you feel that even though you're taking diet coke, it does not have a lot of sugar, and to not make you it does not have as the effect of taking coke, that type of coke is not as bad as the main one, right? That's because the information is packaged. So every post should teach people how to think about your business. Anything you post on your WhatsApp status, anything you post on your LinkedIn, anything at all you post. And you should have the goal to get your reader to know you, to like you, and to things that must happen before people eventually convert. You already have somebody who has been following you for up to a year and the person will not buy from you. Then after 1 year, the person buys, right? That's because throughout that year, the person is going through this journey of knowing you, liking you, and trusting you. So you must have this particular mindset if if you're going to publish content that converts. By conversion, I mean content that achieves your goals. Let's say that you're a student, or you're looking for a job, you want companies to hire you. Every day about yourself, including on your status, because you never can tell who that is viewing your status, right? Including your status, everything you say about yourself must be something that reinforces the fact that you're the best candidate for that particular job. Now, if you're a business owner, maybe you're selling shoes, you run maybe a hair care brand, whatever it is that you're running, okay? Yeah, they can still see my screen. Whatever it is that you're doing, every piece of content should teach people how to think about your business, how to tell them that you're the best person for this job whenever they see it. And trust me, when you literally have this mindset and you start publishing content with that mindset, you see very soon people will begin to recommend you for opportunities. They will begin to recommend you for opportunities even without you asking. Now, when you have this broadcaster mindset, you know that for publication for news agencies, they usually have different types of content. They usually have different types of shows. There are shows that are specifically meant for to address, the political landscape. There are shows that talk about love and Valentine. There are shows that talk about social and economic issues. You know why it's arranged that way? The goal is to be able to capture different types of audience, because somebody that is like in his or her early 20s or in his or her early 30s may be necessarily interested in listening to a love show more than he or she is interested in listening to a show on politics, right? So with that type of strategy, they attract different kinds of audience, which is actually their main goal, because it's not just one particular set of people that listens to radio corporations and news agencies. Different types of, like, different ranges of people listen to it. That is the same way you're also supposed to approach your content creation. Every content type must completely depend on your specific business goals. If you treat all of them as the same, you're just going to have results here and there. And what I mean by that is this: it's good for you to post testimonials, but you're not supposed to be posting testimonials every day. You're not supposed to be talking about your product every day. There are different types of content. We have brand building content. These are like things that build your brand and make people know that you have this identity. For instance, if you attended a conference as a career professional, you are supposed to take pictures at that conference. Now, you're not taking pictures to say, "Oh, I attended this conference." You are taking pictures to share that, oh, you attended this conference. These are the things they said in the conference that aligns with you. And these are the things you think about the conference. That is a brand building content. If a decision maker or someone that is close to or can influence a decision maker comes across that post, it shows that you're somebody that is interested in personal development. It shows that you're somebody that is interested in growth. That's an example of brand building content for somebody that is like actually looking for their next role. Then if you're a business owner, you attended that kind of conference, it's not going to be the same way. You relate later on. I'm going to okay to speak at Afia TV. I'm going to Afia TV tomorrow. The way I talked about it on LinkedIn, I did not come and say, oh, I'm going to Afia TV to talk about scaling, how small businesses can use AI to scale. No, that wasn't what I did. I'm still going to, maybe I will share the link to the LinkedIn post later so that you will see it, because it's not on this. Okay, it's not on this particular account. So the way I shared the post, I linked it with the global landscape of how SMEs are important, why it's necessary for them to find leverage, and how AI is very important in the conversation. Now, what I am doing is that I'm building my brand. I'm establishing a strong identity, that I'm literally a strong voice in the Southeast for Afia TV, which is a very popular a media agency in the Southeast, to invite me to talk about this matter. It means that my brand is actually strong. Then the second type of content that you're going to post is something that has to do with testimonials, like customer feedback, people saying, oh, this is a transformation I had after having this with this person. Now, testimonials, we call it testimonials for for business owners, but for career professionals it is called proof of work. Proof of work is, this is the problem this particular client or company was facing, this is what I did, and look at the outcomes. And you have data like concrete social proof, whether it's a screenshot of their dashboard, just like I showed you people. I'm still going to show you the screenshot here, how I moved the brand from 1K to 6K. That is social proof. Then milestone post is things like maybe you just hit 1,000 followers on LinkedIn, that is a milestone. Or you just last month you did 20 sales, and then this month you did 25 sales, that is a milestone. Or your community grew from 200 to 300 or to 500, that is a milestone. Now what milestone post does is that it helps people to know that you're actually making progress. Nobody wants to invest in or patronize somebody that is not making progress. Like, everybody loves brands that make progress. That is why, if you're conversant with the business world, or you've been watching a lot of webinars or business shows where business owners get to pitch in exchange for a grant, they usually ask them, how much did you do last year? And maybe the person say 10 million. How much did you do this year? And the person will respond with something like 50 million, or like somebody that responded with 10 million for last year responded with 50 million for this year. Now there is a growth process, and it encourages the investors that, oh, at least this person is growing. But if the person does not have that kind of data, you are not convincing to the investor. Now I'm talking about those that want to apply for grants and all of those that want to apply for grant. But then even if you're not applying for grant, the fact that you're growing, when you hit 1,000 followers, you talk about it, 2,000, 3,000, things like that. When you hit your first 1 million, these things are important. Don't believe people that are saying that, oh, it's not everything that you must post on social media. But then milestone post depends on the goal that you're trying to achieve, because the essence of milestone post is to show your target audience that you're actually making progress. And it's very important. There are other types of posts, but then it's when you run it through the AI system and define your goal, it is going to help you define the type of posts that you should be making. For brand building, testimonials, milestone posts are part of it. For people, there's also something called authority building posts that make position you as an authority, posts that just talk about your thoughts on a particular subject matter. Let's say that you're a feminist, or maybe an activist for human rights or for the boy child. A post that talks about, your own contribution to the space, that is what is called a thought leadership post. It shows your opinion, your own contribution to all the things, all the ideas that people have said before. It's also a type of content, but then it depends on your goal, right? And the second thing another thing I want to mention is that consistency is only a multiplier. A good system does not change a bad strategy. So if you're consistently wrong, your results are going to multiply in the same pattern. For me, I got involved in like doing online things since 2020. That time I was involved with Hot Prize. Anywhere you see Hot Prize, we organized it. We met our VC, like we were part of the students that our vice chancellor at that time hosted, like United Nations Academic Impact. I was there, like, and anything I'm doing, I was just posting. When we are done, I will post. 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 But I was not posting from this mindset that I'm sharing with you right now. Like if you go to my feed that time, you will see like a plethora of posts that I made. But really, consistency is a good system, but then my strategy was bad because I was not posting with the right mindset. And when you consistently post and your strategy is wrong, consistency will just amplify the fact that you have a bad strategy and you're not going to be getting any type of results. So I want to share with you a story of a man and drinking water. Two friends, after eating okpa, takes a bottle of soda, that's a bottle of coke, and he takes a bottle of water. then Amara takes a bottle of water. At that particular point in time, both of them are going to be satisfied. Like, you'll be like, oh my God, my stomach is full, I'm filled up and all that. I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to fall sick. Is Emeka. You know why? Because he has been consistently taking the wrong form of liquid. Both soda and water, they are all liquids, right? But it is not, soda is not the type of liquid that you're be taking soda. And the funny thing is that you can literally be taking soda, and somebody cannot drink water, they cannot take any other drink water. So now, after maybe 10 years or 20 years, somebody is sick, and then when they show up at the hospital, the doctor will diagnose and say, oh, for the fact that you don't have a good drinking water habits, that is why your kidney has failed, and unfortunately we cannot do anything about it. You see, that's the same thing in business, right? Activity is not something that produces results. You need a strategy, a strategy that would inform the type of water, the type of hydration, that your business or your brand or that you need to achieve that set goal that you've actually set out to achieve for yourself. And for content creation, that happens at two levels. First is the level where you know your goal, you know your target audience, you know your content style, you know your call to action and budget. Let me explain. Your goal is what you want to achieve. Design when I wanted to build our own wants to attract celebrities in Nigeria. I was like, that is not a goal. Celebrities are many. Are you talking about sports celebrities? Which type of celebrities do you want to attract? So your goal has to be like smart. It has to be specific, measurable, actionable, attainable, like relevant and time bound. Now, your target audience, the people that you want to attract, your goal is that maybe you want to make 100 sneakers to students in primary school. Your target audience should inform your content style. Your target audience, they want to launch a ready-to-wear collection, but they don't want brands that dance on TikTok. Now, there are some brands ready-to-wear have a massive that their style business has opened, and they literally those brands and the type of they done like I see somebody wearing the clothes and the person is doing their normal maybe shopping or going out on a date with their favorite. Let me be sure that you can still see my screen. Okay. And flaunting the dresses different compared to those that dance. They don't even use mannequin. Oh my god. Can you still hear me? I think there was a time I was offline. Let me check. Let me check. You can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay, okay, okay. I've seen your comment. Thank you, Chidima. So their content style is actually different. And if I didn't perform that research, I will not know. Then call to action. Call to action is things like: do you want them to sign up to join your mailing list? Do you want them to pre-order? Do you want them to comment? What exactly do you want them to do? Then budget is very necessary. Now, budget here means, do you have resources to run paid campaigns? Do you have human resources to actually invest in something like videos, high quality studio videos? Do you have the equipment to make this possible? Like, what's your budget? What's your plan like? A lot of people say that they want to have like 10,000 posts, sorry, 10,000 likes in one particular post, or 100,000 likes in one particular post. Paid campaigns. Yeah, I've worked with a brand and we had to like do some paid campaign to improve the engagement. So you need to understand the budget you're working with. This first level, get all of these things together, create the content. Then after seeing the content, after like 30 days, I usually advise my client to like be patient. After 30 days, the next thing you're going same process, but the thing you're adding now is your performance data. Your performance data will tell you the one that work very well. Will tell you the type of video. Let's say I'm consulting for okay, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. I can see that, but I been working offline, so I don't know if okay, okay, okay. Let's say I'm consulting for a about like the collection, the brand collection. The second week, introduce a new content pillar like showcasing customer spotlight, and then the third week we did a lot of how to tutorials. Now after 30 days, and I check the performance data, and I see that how to tutorials are performing very poorly. It means something. It means that the type of audience